Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our TeamViewer webinar this morning. TeamViewer just launched on our cloud marketplace, and we have a really good presentation that we're going to do in just a couple of minutes. It's right on 11, so let's give people maybe another minute or 90 seconds to log in. If someone can just text me in the box to make sure that my voice is coming through loud and clear, that would be awesome. And I'll be back in about a minute. We have a few people still logging in, so that's fantastic. Give it a couple more minutes or maybe a couple more seconds. So as I said, good morning. Welcome to our TeamViewer webinar for today. My name is Tasha Sultanovic, and I'm the Cloud Vendor Manager here at Ingram Micro. This morning, we're talking to TeamViewer, the world's largest, most recognized remote connection network software in the world. And TeamViewer has just joined our cloud marketplace with their full suite of offerings. And these offerings include everything from your typical remote access business license that everyone would associate with remote working, to their augmented reality access tool called Pilot, to even a backup solution and a collaboration product. And what we want to talk about today is that all of these can be managed from a single control panel by you. So at the end of the webinar, please hang around because there is a chance to win a free TeamViewer business license. So pay attention, because whoever answers the question fastest will win. I'm just going to skip ahead here to the agenda. So as I said, I'm Tasha Sultanovic from the Ingram Micro Cloud team. Our presenter from TeamViewer today will be Sandris, and he'll be going through the TeamViewer products with you. And then I'm going to come back and talk to you about how to order on the marketplace and just what those panels look like and how that works. We'll have a Q&A, and we'll also do a quick fire question. First person to put it in the chat box wins the TeamViewer license. So we got a couple of poll questions that we wanted to do just before I introduce Sandris. So the first one's, do you currently use a remote access solution to support your end users? So I'll give you a few seconds to answer that, but we just wanted to get an idea who our audience is this morning. Just click on the yes or the no on your panel, and my lovely secret assistant in a couple of seconds will tell me how many of you already use a remote access solution. Oh, let's see, what are the results?
It's 80%.
80% already use one. Perfect. Thank you, lovely secret assistant. The next poll question I have is, do you currently use, the next poll question, here it is. Yes, if you currently use a remote access solution, which one is it? So please click whether you're already using TeamViewer or do you use one of the competitors like LogMeIn or ThinVNC or Chrome Remote, or is there another solution altogether that you use? Just to get an idea what you guys are using out there. Give you a couple of seconds to answer. What do we have there, mystery assistant?
So we have 20% using TeamViewer and 80% other.
Ah, interesting. That's super interesting. Okay, we got one more poll question for you before we get started with Sandris. Does your current remote access solution do everything you need it to? So 20% of you using TeamViewer, that's great. For the others, I guess what are you happy with what it does? Do you know the full functionality of what it does? I just want to see if everyone's happy out there. Click the yes or the no.
So we have 67% yes and 30% no.
Ah, okay, Sandris. That means that we definitely have an audience that we're speaking to who can absolutely learn from your presentation. So Sandra Samuel, technical trainer and enablement specialist from TeamViewer, is going to take control of the mouse again. But just be mindful, at the end, we do have that business license to give away. So please hang around and take it away, Sandris.
Thank you very much, Tasha, and good morning to all of our attendees. And thank you very much to Ingram, who's organized this particular presentation, where we can actually talk a little bit about TeamViewer as a company and our product portfolio. And I trust you all can see my screen and also hear my voice, and the audio should be all right. If there are any issues, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tasha.
I'll let you know.
Okay, all right, great. All right, well, let's get into it. We're going to take the next 30 to 35 minutes walking you through TeamViewer as a company and our product portfolio. You should see on your screen a little bit of the agenda. So we're going to talk a little bit about our company in terms of who we are, how long we've been around, and what we've been up to. Then we'll talk about our in one single slide, we'll showcase all of our products, right from the small end of the segment all the way to the enterprise segment. And then we'll talk about TeamViewer Tensor, which is our enterprise platform. And moving on from there, some of our newer solutions, which is TeamViewer, our augmented reality solution, then remote management, which is our full-blown RMM solution, and our IoT solutions there for manufacturing and specialist use cases. And then finally, we'll walk you through some of our best-in-class integrations with other products as well. Okay, TeamViewer is a German headquartered company with a global footprint. We've been in the business of remote connectivity and collaboration for the past 15 years. We're headquartered in a small town called Göppingen, just 20 minutes south of Stuttgart. But 15 years on, we now have a global footprint with over 900 employees spread across the world. We've got strategic headquarters across Europe, across Northern America, and also in Asia Pacific. In fact, our third largest organization or department, I would say, headcount-wise, is here in the Adelaide office, where we have our Asia Pacific headquarters. And from this headquarters, we look after, we sell and support all the way, across all markets in APAC. So all the way from locally, obviously, in Australia and New Zealand, but going all the way to Japan, China, Korea, Philippines, Singapore, the Asia Pacific islands, and so on and so forth. So we've got a very strong presence in the Asia Pacific area. We've been here for, I think, more than 8 years as a Asia Pacific office. And we've seen a lot of growth and demand from our software in these regions. TeamViewer, in terms of solutions, and I just want to quickly walk you through what those solutions mean from for a customer or for your customers. We have one-word bundles in terms of solutions that allow your customers to work from home. So given the current environment where working flexibly and working remotely is now turning into the new normal, where organizations are beginning to see the value of allowing your employees to work from home under normal circumstances and not just in emergency situations. So we've got our One World bundle that combines a whole host of solutions, all the way from remote control to remote support to backup solutions, meeting solutions, all bundled into one single attractive package for your organization. That then translates into a lot of cost savings for CFOs, which makes it very enticing and exciting for those who manage the business from a financial perspective. So they would see a lot of value in the One World bundle. The One World bundle also allows for employees, as I mentioned, to work flexibly. So there's less commute, less time on the road, more productivity, and obviously you become a more attractive employer to other to people joining your organization when you actually provide flexible working solutions for your staff. So One World bundle is one of our latest offerings that we've put together or stitched together from our variety of products that we have, and we'll walk you through what those products are. And these can be set up and running within minutes for your customers to get them immediately digitized or enabled to work remotely, to continue to look after those machines when they are outside of your network, to secure them, to back up their data, and so on and so forth. So towards the end, if you have questions about our One World bundle, One License bundle, please reach out to Ali, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through what those mean and where it can add value to your business. As an organization, we have a very, very massive footprint. We've got more than 2.1 billion installations of our software all over the planet. We've got a very robust network or infrastructure in the background that can handle up to 45 million devices anytime, or 45 million remote connections at any time. Today, we've got more than 500,000 paying subscribers, and they're across the entire spectrum, from small to medium-sized to large enterprise-grade organizations, Fortune 500 organizations that use our solutions. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we've got offices across the globe, and we are very, very operating system agnostic. So our solution works on the widest range of operating systems. So you can see all the way from Windows to Blackberries, Chrome OS, Apple, Android, even Raspberry Pis for your IoT solutions, and so on. So we're constantly evolving as a company. We're constantly adding more flexibility and more reach by making our solution available on as many platforms as there are available. And that is a big boost and a big benefit for organizations that use our solution, because once it is available for all types of platforms, you can continue to support either internal or external customers, regardless of what kind of devices or operating systems they are using. Our solutions are completely scalable, and because they are in the cloud, so there is no on-premise component. There are no overheads in terms of hardware or installation on the premises. You don't have to worry about managing your infrastructure. We manage all that on your behalf in our private cloud, and we've got a network of more than 1,100 routers and servers that manage a huge amount of connections. As you can see, there are more than 40 million simultaneous connections across the globe. Of course, from a security perspective, we have always maintained the highest grade of security and provided that for all of our users, regardless of which license they purchase. So we've got everything from end-to-end encryption, multi-factor authentication, single sign-on, and our company, our data centers, our code is all verified. We have multiple certifications for each of our components of our business that basically give credibility or lend that assurance to customers across the globe of the value and reliability of our solutions. We've got a massive footprint. As you can see here, TeamViewer comes very close to other consumer grade, consumer type of solutions such as Amazon, Twitter. Of course, Facebook is miles ahead, but you can see there in terms of our brand recognition and brand recall, a lot of people are aware of the TeamViewer platform. They have used it in different organizations, and many have used it non-commercially, which makes our solution very attractive in terms of the trust factor, which already exists when you talk to your user base about the TeamViewer solution. And what we've seen in the past with our resellers and partners is there is a huge quote to order ratio. So if you send out 10 quotes, you probably get 8 orders out of that. So it's a very high quote to order ratio. So that is all because of the massive footprint that we have invested over the past decade and a half, making sure that our solution proliferates across countries, across markets, across platforms, and across use cases. So every department would find value in using our solutions or a portion of our solutions. In terms of use cases, we obviously started our business with remote support and remote access, and that's where we made our name, and a lot of our customers know us for our remote support tools, remote access tools. But obviously, as we continue to evolve and expand and move with the times, we've added more solutions such as mobile connectivity, remote work solutions. That would be your One World bundle licenses. You've got shared workspace, which is your collaboration features. You've got full-blown RMM solutions that competes with others that have been there in the marketplace for quite some time. We've got our enterprise SaaS-grade solutions, which is branded TeamViewer Tensor. And then we've got our very specialist solutions, which is our IoT solutions and augmented reality solutions, which provide tangible value for customers in their unique use cases. So the messaging here obviously is regardless of what type of customer you have, what size they are, and what business they're in, you will find that any one of these building blocks would fit neatly into their requirement, and they would see business benefit for one or more than one of our solutions. Providing a holistic customer journey, everything from support to remote work to internal and external IT. Then you have your specialist areas where you've got IoT solutions, virtual reality using TeamViewer Pilot, and moving all the way to customer support and downstream usage. So basically, we've provided a very holistic and seamless journey across the value chain. So people start using TeamViewer just for internal support or remote work, and then they move up that change as they begin to appreciate the value of our services and continue to find their own use cases where they would find tangible benefits or business benefits in terms of time and cost savings and productivity gains using our tools. All right, so TeamViewer has an enterprise-grade SaaS platform. All of our solutions that you're going to see on the screen are knitted together or stitched together or anchored through one single platform in the background, which makes it very, very easy and convenient for organizations to pick and choose a variety of solutions that meet their business requirements, and then continue to grow with those continue to grow with TeamViewer as their requirements grow. So let's start by looking at the support and assist solutions. These are our core offerings and core features, which many of you would be familiar with because these have been in the marketplace for quite some time. So these would address small and medium-sized organizations. So starting with a business license, and then you've got the premium and the corporate license for small team sizes. And of course, you have the ability to add the mobile device support and extra channels if you want to increase the scope of your support or the capacity of your support. These are tried and tested solutions. They are possibly, I don't know if I want to use this example or not, but they're like your Toyota Corollas or your Camrys, which have been around in the marketplace, giving you that kind of value and that kind of reliability for that usage. Moving on, we've got RMM solutions. which have entered the marketplace since 2013. We've got full-blown, completely comprehensive solutions, anything from endpoint protection to monitoring to patch management, asset management, backup solutions. It's cloud-based backup, and then you've also have web monitoring for those e-commerce platforms, those businesses that have e-commerce platforms as well. The beautiful part of all of our solutions, as I mentioned earlier, is that they are integrated into one single platform, and then you can access, you can control, you can manage that through one single console, which we will show you a few slides down the road. Moving on from our RMM solutions, we've got our enterprise-grade solutions, and you've got starting from Tensor Basic, which retails at around about 13K Australian dollars, all the way to Tensor Unlimited, which would start at 150K. So these are unique enterprise-grade solutions. They have very exclusive security features that are built into it, compliance and auditability features that are built into it. That set it apart from your other licenses such as Business Premium and Corporate. And there has been a lot of uptake in these licenses or these kind of solutions across either large organizations or very sensitive organizations such as government agencies, both federal, state, and local government agencies. We've seen healthcare companies, we've seen legal firms, we've seen financial services companies across the spectrum looking for our Tensor solutions, primarily because of that added security, that added ability to provide that secure environment in which TeamViewer could be used in their organization. Remote work solutions, of course, we have standalone solutions that could be purchased off the web or even via a reseller. But then we also have our remote work solutions bundled with our enterprise-grade platform, which we mentioned earlier, our One World bundles, which can be stitched together or crafted together by a reseller and positioned uniquely towards an end customer. We also have our collaboration solutions. So Blizz, which is our meeting solution or collaborative tool that competes with Skype for Business or Microsoft Teams. It's up there in terms of capabilities, features, scalability, and the experience as well. So we've got our collaboration piece. We've got our augmented reality solutions, which is branded TeamViewer Pilot. Retails at $514 per technician per year. So all of these prices that you see are annual subscription licenses. And then you also have our IoT solutions that start from $3,500 per year. So the beautiful thing about all of these bubbles is that you could literally stitch and tailor any pieces together depending on your requirements analysis and your requirements gathering analysis that you have done with your own customers. And you can put one single package together for your customers. Now, your customers could go to our website, but they would not be able to stitch these solutions together. They would end up buying each of these as fragmented solutions, which would not be the best experience. Whereas the benefit of working through a channel model or through the channel business is that the channel partner plays a very crucial role in identifying those specific needs, knowing that they have an in with the customer, they've been around the customer, they understand their business model, and they can then identify gaps where TeamViewer can fit in and provide tangible benefit by plugging in or combining or bundling different pieces or different bubbles, if I could call it that, as one single solution. And that is a unique benefit of working through the channel model, where when you look at a combined solution, you don't have an alternative through any other medium. So you can't easily get that off our website. They'll have to come to you if they wanted a custom built solution. So moving on, let's talk about TeamViewer Tensor real quick. It is, as I mentioned to you, a solution that has a great interest and appetite amongst large organizations and also sensitive organizations. So to begin with, it is a cloud-based architecture, which means it scales seamlessly according to the customer's needs. There are no rollout lag times or lead times required. You simply purchase the license and you get activated within minutes, and you can start using and rolling out Tensor across your entire organization of 5,000 machines, 10,000 machines, or whatever the number is, and you can do that within minutes. TeamViewer Tensor it comes with single sign-on, which is only available with the Tensor platform. Doesn't come with the corporate or the business license. And the single sign-on provides an additional layer of security. It is compatible with any SAML 2.0 identity provider like Azure AD or Okta, OneLogin, and so on and so forth. And it allows you to centrally manage access to the TeamViewer platform. So when you are using this solution across a large organization and you've got users that may be spread across geographies, interstate, and whatnot, the best way, the best practices to manage access to the TeamViewer solution is via your SSO, where users then have to put in their domain credentials to get access to our solution. TeamViewer Tensor is also operating system agnostic. So whether you are connecting to a desktop operating system such as Windows and Mac, or whether you're connecting to a server operating system such as a Linux server or a Windows server, or whether you're connecting to a Android phone or an iOS operating system, the same licensing works. And we understand that within large organizations, they tend to have a hybrid environment, and their environment tends to change all the time. So what we're really saying is that when you look at TeamViewer Tensor as a solution, you're looking at future-proofing your remote control needs. So regardless of what operating system you have now and what operating system you may have in the future, the same licensing works seamlessly. Encryption, as I mentioned to you, is standard with all of our licenses. So that's 256-bit encryption, and we also have our data centers, which are ISO 27001 certified. Moving on, we also have our auditability feature, which is a great tool for forensics, for incident management. It basically keeps track of how the software is being used, who has connected using TeamViewer to what machine, when, what did they do within it, how have they been using it in the past, and so on and so forth. So it's great for example, for maintaining your GDPR compliance, for making sure that you are SOC 2 compliant. It is a tool that has, or it is a feature that has made many customers move over from the corporate license to the Tensor license simply because they wanted those auditability features, either from a security perspective or perhaps they were in an industry which is heavily regulated. TeamViewer Tensor also comes with conditional access. So conditional access is a unique offering that comes on top of TeamViewer Tensor, and it allows a very, very granular control of who can connect to what machine within your organization. So let's say you've got a team of 25 people within your organization and you want to define who connects to the other machines in your organization. This is where TeamViewer Tensor with conditional access comes into play. What we do is we provide a dedicated piece of hardware. You can see this orange box here in our private cloud, and we force all of the TeamViewer traffic for you as a specific customer to go through that particular piece of hardware. And it's on that particular piece of hardware that we give you access to it, and we give you the rights or the possibility to add access control rules. Now, you could add access control rules at a device level, account level, and a group level, and therefore at a very, very minute or granular level, you can actually control who connects to which machine within your organization. At the same time, you can switch off your firewall to block off your standard TeamViewer traffic, thereby disabling anyone from using the free version of the TeamViewer or an unlicensed version of the TeamViewer software within your organization. So you can be very, very specific in terms of controlling the nature of the use of TeamViewer within your environment. So obviously the benefits of our SaaS solution come in different categories. You've got the whole productivity area where you can empower employees to work from anywhere on any device. You can get your IT team to resolve issues faster. You've got flexibility in usage in terms of connecting to a wide array or range of operating systems. You have the ability to scale, so you can roll out TeamViewer within your organization using our mass deployment tools. You can activate remote management endpoints, backup solutions, endpoint protection or monitoring, or even patch management with a few clicks of a button. Tremendous savings in time, cost, and productivity. And of course, our top-notch security that has been around for the past 15 years, which we have continuously tweaked and refined over the years to make it one of the most secure, one of the most reliable solutions out there in the marketplace. I'm going to switch gears now and talk about TeamViewer Pilot. It will be one of our latest offerings, which basically extends the boundaries of support. So instead of looking at supporting simply supporting problems that occur on your screen, on your operating system, you can now solve problems in real life. So TeamViewer Pilot is compatible with smart glasses as well as smartphones. So we've got tie-ups with Epson, RealWear, and Vuzix for smart glass offerings, where a senior technician or a specialist could be anywhere on the planet. They could remote into your smart glass or your smartphone, and they could immediately have a visual or eyes on the ground, and they could provide visual guidance in terms of augmented reality overlays. So that is freehand drawing, comments and note, guided instructions, arrows and markers that could be put as a augmented reality overlay on whatever the person on the field is looking at. So use cases, a very broad range of use cases, very useful in repairs and maintenance, for field service, for after sales customer care, for training and education purposes. Excuse me. For inspection purposes. So it immediately gives you eyes on the ground. It immediately gives you access to the camera and the speaker of the phone or the RealWear device, or the smart glass device, and you immediately can give audio visual guidance to somebody on the field with regards to whatever problem they are trying to solve or analyze or troubleshoot or investigate. So a tremendous power in this simple solution. The ROI is almost instantaneous. One single connection to a field technician saves you, or maybe to a customer, would save you the travel cost, the commute cost, and the time involved with that, and immediately it pays for itself with one single remote connection. That's the power of TeamViewer augmented reality with TeamViewer Pilot. Again, here's a summary of the benefits. You can solve problems faster because you have eyes on the ground and you're not flying blind. You're not trying to interpret the problem that the person is trying to explain to you verbally or via voice. You can actually see what the problem is. You can reduce your costs instead of going and making an on-site visit just to see what the problem is. You can visualize that immediately. You can improve your processes, close your skill gaps, transfer knowledge. And of course, it's secure, it's reliable, it's super fast, it runs on the same TeamViewer backbone, very fast and easy to use, very intuitive. TeamViewer Remote Management. TeamViewer Remote Management was launched in 2013 because a lot of our customers were looking at combining our TeamViewer Remote Connectivity platform with RMM tools, and they've come to us and they've said, we would greatly benefit from our RMM solutions as well, because it makes so much sense to have one integrated platform from which you can actually monitor a device, patch a device, back up a device, or even remote control that device if you need to do so. So we've got a whole range of tools or packs, you can say licensing packs within the RMM, and customers can bundle this in a very flexible manner. They can pick and choose. They can literally cherry pick which solutions they want from within the platform, and they could add that to their existing portfolio. So with monitoring, you keep an eye on the operational state of servers and workstations. You can set up alarms and thresholds, and when those checks are breached, you immediately get alerts within the system, within the console, within your email. It could be forwarded to your ticket system where you can report on problems on devices, and you can act further immediately on that. It's great to be in the driver's seat with monitoring tools. You become more proactive rather than reactive, and you are able to solve problems faster while they're still small, thus saving you lots of time, money, and valuable avoiding costly downtimes. Moving on, we've got asset and patch management. You can immediately generate reports on all your hardware and software components that are sitting on a particular device. You can identify software that is old. You can patch those softwares remotely. You can schedule this through our automation tools. You can patch software for the operating system, as well as third-party applications as well. So a full-blown patch management piece that is included within the TeamViewer remote management portfolio. Very, very easy to use. It all works through one single interface. Once you've got your devices in your computers and contacts within the core TeamViewer platform, you can simply unlock these features. So there is no additional download, there is no additional installation. You don't have to work with another product, another vendor. Your support becomes very seamless, because not only can you connect to the machine with the same tool, you can also monitor that machine, you can patch manage it, you can even protect that machine with our endpoint protection services, which is our anti-malware protection. State-of-the-art certified anti-malware protection, has all the features that you would expect in a top-notch anti-malware tool. Everything from real-time checking to ransomware protection, to checking for suspicious emails in your Outlook, and you're checking for viruses if a USB is plugged into your device accidentally. So all of that is capable with our endpoint protection. And finally, we've got cloud-based backup for files and folders to protect your business data that could be sitting in silos on your devices. So all of this that you see are different bits and pieces of the remote management suite, and they could be licensed separately, they could be licensed flexibly, they could be licensed scalably. So you could buy a multiple of 10, 20, 25 endpoints, and you could scale as you please. You could scale as your business grows. By the way, our RMM solutions are very, very popular amongst resellers who are also MSPs. So we've got a lot of resellers who sell software to others, but then we also have some that also then go on to manage the infrastructure of their customers. And a lot of inquiries and orders come from MSPs who use our tools in the background to add value to their professional services that they provide to their customers on an ongoing basis. So here's an example of our dashboard. Tasha mentioned right at the very beginning that the beauty of the TeamViewer solution is the fact that we've got all of these bits and pieces that can be managed, visualized, controlled, all from one single interface. So up the top on the left-hand side, you've got all your TeamViewer core functionality. Deep down in the middle, you've got your remote management functionality. This particular account does not have an IoT license, but if it did have an IoT license, you'd have your IoT devices that you can actually manage here. And then you've got all of your groups as well. So very clear, very intuitive, very elegant, clutter-free interface from where you can actually look at the health of your infrastructure. You can make sure that your IT infrastructure is not just available, but also working under optimal conditions. You can even connect to those machines in real time, and also just manage the entire infrastructure from one single platform. Okay. So we've got specialist solutions for managing and controlling IoT gateways. So these are some of the use cases where you would find this use of. Obviously, it is a specialist area, and we may have within our group, I'm not sure, we may have a few attendees who might be systems integrators or working heavily or specifically in the IoT space. So everything from remote operations to remote assistance to remote alarming, using our TeamViewer solutions that would sit on IoT gateways, that would monitor data that has been picked up by sensors, that data that can be then visualized in the cloud, in our private cloud. And then you could also trigger alarms and alerts when thresholds for certain parameters go below or beyond a certain trigger point. You could then put that through webhooks or other tools to trigger remote operations and change the parameters, or actually trigger some additional actions within your environment based on certain factors or sensory factors that you would gather from the environment. So these are the kind of benefits in what you would get from the TeamViewer IoT solution. Obviously, business benefits would include reducing your operating costs, because now you have a quicker method to connect to those devices from anywhere on the planet. You get real-time information of the sensors, because we've got a very, very fast and robust network with very low latency. As the data changes at the sensor level, you immediately see that in our private cloud. So that gives you real-time control and visibility about what's happening, and you can take action faster. Improving the mean time to repair. If you find out that some of your components are not working or something is wrong, thereby reducing your maintenance cost. And finally, of course, increasing revenues, increasing your customer satisfaction, keeping your damages as small as possible with any problems that may occur. So that would be an example of your IoT use cases. Now, obviously, TeamViewer have been in the marketplace for 15 years. We're not alone. We have partnered with best-in-class solutions to provide an additional synergy by combining our tools with their tools. One of our most popular integrations is with Microsoft Intune, and a lot of companies use use the TeamViewer solution in combination or in conjunction with Microsoft Intune to manage and to connect to their devices, both within the organization as well as beyond their organization. By the way, Microsoft Intune on their landing page on their website actually refers to TeamViewer as the default remote control tool for remote support. And you will actually see that on the Microsoft landing page on their website. So they actually refer to us, they recommend the TeamViewer solution to their clients, and we get a lot of inquiries from Microsoft customers who want to then extend the value of Intune by combining it with the TeamViewer solution. Salesforce is another example. So typical your ticket system where you manage your incoming queries from customers and support queries as well. So within the Salesforce interface, you've got the TeamViewer Connect button where you can initiate or trigger a TeamViewer remote session right from the same interface or same application. And that once again provides a very seamless or unfragmented approach to supporting, rather than having the information about the problem in one interface and then actually opening up another interface to connect to that device to fix the problem. You have it all integrated in one single solution. So we've got that with Salesforce. We've got a similar solution with Freshworks, which is another very popular ticketing system. But that's not all. We've got a whole bunch of integrations, and we're continuously building the portfolio of integrations, because a lot of MDM solutions, a lot of RMM solutions, a lot of ticket systems find great value in connecting the TeamViewer solution to their platform, because as a whole, it makes complete sense. You've got one single platform where you're managing your customers' queries, their expectations, their problem, their communication, and from that single platform, you're also able to connect to those devices and fix them immediately. So on your screen, you will see our platform investments that we've made with obviously Microsoft, Apple, Google, and the likes thereof. Our integration partners, we've got much more than this, and you can see that on our website. And of course, we've got a lot of OEM partners, especially with a lot of mobile phone manufacturers. Our company supports the largest number of mobile phone manufacturers. So you would see the TeamViewer Quick Support app that is available for the largest range of mobile phones. So we're very much in the marketplace. We've got a pulse on the market. We know where the business is heading, where the industry is heading, and we're right there to take advantage of the next turn, so to speak, and continue to deliver great value with innovative solutions along the way. Okay, so to summarize everything that I've said, we have been rated as #1, reviewed by Gartner Choice customers and G2 because of our features and new use cases. In terms of platform and technology, we've got a very highly modular tech stack. Basically, it means we've got different components of the solution. They all work very well when you plug them together. and they're all integrated under one single cloud platform. Security, in a very holistic approach to security, all the way from the network level to the account level, brute force protection, making sure that the data centers that we work with are all certified and have their level of highest security and SOC 2 compliance. We are fully embedded in the ecosystem across more than 100 mobile vendors, as I mentioned earlier, across all major operating systems. And we've got a very, very highly innovative approach to continuously increasing the use cases for our solution. To summarize everything that I've said, remote connectivity is the need of the hour, is the need of the day. Nothing has proved that more than the current, worldwide health crisis that we've seen happen over the past 3 or 4 months, which has forced organizations to look for solutions to come to where they can actually allow their employees to work in a manner that is safe and secure, whilst keeping them fully productive, and at the same time securing your digital assets or securing your intellectual property within your organization. So we've seen a big move towards connectivity tools. It just become heightened with sudden, changes in the environment, but these changes actually now are forcing companies and organizations to consider what the new normal is, how they can actually facilitate more and more proportion of their organization to work flexibly, to work from home or to work from different locations, and then to use tools such as ours. You can actually read it on our website. Our first quarter billings from Jan to March jumped 60% just for that one quarter. So it's there on our website. It's a public information, and that puts you as a reseller in a very good position, because you are now being the brand ambassador for a successful, tried and tested, proven product that has real value for customers. All right. Well, thank you very much for giving me your time. I believe it's time for Tasha to take over. So I'm going to quickly hand over control to her. And Tasha, could you please confirm that you can actually control the screen as you please?
Let me see. Wait. I have control. Thank you, Sandris. That was an awesome summary. I know that you have a huge range of products, and to be able to explain that all in like less than 40 minutes is difficult. One point I'd like to make, which is really interesting when you were saying about your partnerships with other large vendors, IBM Mass 360 is also on our marketplace. And when you search TeamViewer, you can see that there's Mass 360 SKUs that come up that are bundled with TeamViewer. So, I mean, we're already seeing that on our marketplace as well, and that's what customers want. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you a quick, really super quick demo on how to order and where to find TeamViewer on our cloud marketplace. And then from there, we're going to do a question, rapid fire answer question, which is, well, I can't tell you what the question is, but if you wait about 5 minutes, you'll see the question, and the first person to put the answer in the chat box will win a TeamViewer business license, annual SKU. And then we'll have some Q&A with Sandris, as well as Ali Shirazi, who has also been listening in. He's our TeamViewer channel account manager for ANZ. So give me a couple minutes. I'll go through this marketplace stuff super quick for you. Well, we'll see how quickly the screen goes. Aha, okay. It's not super quick, but here we are. So to find TeamViewer on the marketplace, you log in to using your account like you normally would. TeamViewer products are under 3 categories, as you can see, under business applications. This is the old control panel, but I prefer going through the new control panel here, modern workplace. Oh, whoa, too quick. So I type in TeamViewer. That's the way that I choose to do it because I like to see all of the plans. You can see here that there's 23 options because the other options are the IBM Master 360 ones. So that's pretty cool. So we have remote management, TeamViewer, which is the business and premium, and I think it's professional, and then Pilot, which was the augmented reality product. And you go ahead and click on service plans, you will get the list of the TeamViewer products. I was remiss in giving a screenshot from yesterday because as of this week, there are 3 Blizz SKUs on here as well. So you can now order the Blizz collaboration SKUs. So that's instant meeting, chat, etc. But they will now appear here too. So add to cart, go up to your cart, click on that. And for those of you who've ordered off Marketplace, this isn't anything unusual. This is how most of our SKUs behave. You increase your quantities. There's add-ons for support, etc. that can also be included on this page. Go through to click next. And then the only parameter that's required, which is pretty easy and makes perfect sense, is add your end user email. That's all you need to do. Or of course, if you have an existing customer that you're selecting, then that's fine. And then we literally get through to the ordering page where, as you know, you can put in your own purchase order number for your own purposes for tracking later, agree to the terms and conditions, press next, and it's done. And this is an auto provision service, so you will get your notification, login, etc. It'll be available to see on your control panel when you're managing your customers. Easy peasy. It couldn't be easier. And all products now are on Marketplace except for the Tensor product. And remember, the Tensor product is the combination of multiple products that you may want to have quoted specifically for a project, for maybe an enterprise customer, etc. And that's when you come to Ingram Micro Cloud Team, or Ali is absolutely available to discuss what that looks like. So as I said, the Ali Shirazi is our TeamViewer channel account manager for ANZ. Sandris is the lovely gentleman who you've just been listening to. We have a Ingram Microcloud account manager who can help you with TeamViewer questions, as well as our business development manager, Sean Watson. And then, of course, myself. I'm the vendor manager responsible for onboarding TeamViewer onto the marketplace. So I think if I click this next slide, we're going to get the question. So when you see the question, get ready to type into the chat box what your answer is, and then my lovely mystery assistant will make a note of it, and before the call ends, I will tell you who the winner is, if it all works. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? First to answer in the chat box wins. So it's not a poll question, apologies. First to answer in the chat box wins the TeamViewer business license for a year. About how long has TeamViewer been around? 8 years? 10 years? 15 years? 50 years? Put it in the chat box. First one who puts the right number of years wins the annual license. I'm going to sit on that for just a moment. And one thing I'll remind you guys too is that all of the TeamViewer licenses bought on Marketplace are annual. It's just an added note I forgot to mention. All right, I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute. And while you guys are contemplating how long TeamViewer has been around, 8, 10, 15, or 50, let's go to some Q&A. So Sandris and Ali are both available to answer any questions that you may have. Oh, it looks like we have a winner, but I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm not going to tell you who it is. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat box as well. I know that I had a couple that I think people might be interested in. Oh, Ali, are there free trial licenses available for resellers?
Yes, they are. It's available through our website. We do a 2 weeks trial license.
And is that for every product or only a couple of select products?
It can be for every product, but that is a request case by case. So you can't actually find a trial license for Tensor, for example, but you should be able to download a trial license for business, premium, and corporate.
Yeah, perfect. And I did ask that because I know that currently we don't have a SKU on our marketplace to do that. I think I'll be pushing to see if we can have it up there just for your guys' convenience, but you can absolutely go to the TeamViewer website. And then Ali, then how does that differ from if a customer wants to offer or to have a demo license for them as a reseller? Is there not for resale SKU as well? Or is there a discount for it, or how does that work?
Yeah, so NFR license is basically not for resale, so we do provide that to partner at a good discount rate. It is valid for a year, and you can use that as a demo to your customer. So if they want to see a dashboard and how it works and all that, you can actually install that license to your computer, and you can show it to your customer base.
Yeah, brilliant. And that's for a year. And we'll order that via the marketplace, but come and obviously reach out to my internal team or Ali, because we'll discount the SKU that you see on our marketplace. There is an independent SKU, if that makes any sense. Now, I think this one's for you, Sandris. Can you talk a bit more about the local support that is here in Australia? Like, just who are these people and how many are they, and what do we use them for?
Yeah, thank you, Tasha. So we've got our headquarters, our Asia Pacific headquarters here in Adelaide. We're roughly around, I think, between 65 to 70 persons. So we look after everything from pre-sales, sales, customer support, level 1, level 2. We've got specialist specialist support for TeamViewer Tensor. So that is our enterprise grade platform, as well as our specialist products such as IoT and Pilot. So that's the bulk of our presence here. So it's a very strong presence. Our office actually opens at 7:30 in the morning to look after New Zealand customers. And the last person out of the office leaves at around about 7:30 or 8 in the evening. And those employees look after our customers based in markets such as China and Japan. So we typically run a very tight ship here, very professional. We handle a lot of queries from both customers who purchase on the web, on direct from us, or through our channel partners. You get the same experience, same level of support, same turnaround times, and that's pretty much what we do. We've been doing that in and out every day. I guess for the past 8 to 10 years from this local office. So in your time zone, in your language, immediate turnaround. So it makes the customer experience very, very good.
Yeah, that's amazing. We obviously deal with many vendors here at Ingram Micro, but it's not very often that a vendor can proclaim that. I mean, that especially way down here in Australia. So yeah, I think it's a huge benefit. Yeah, to have a good team behind you. And then I think I got one more question here. I think Ali, this might be for Ali. Does TeamViewer have a partner program?
Yes, we do. We do have a partner program. There's 2 levels of partnership, which is a business and a top certified partner. There's some extra steps that needs to take to become a partner, and I'm happy to discuss that with you, with any of the other partner that is actually interested on joining our partner program.
Yeah, brilliant. And I think that's important too, that you're really available to speak to anyone who has any questions at all. Like you're not It's not, you're
Absolutely.
not just our access for Ingram, you are there for all of our partners. Okay, I have a question. Are there any reporting features with the RMM, example, client health report on their systems?
Yeah, you get reports on, yeah, I guess that's one, that's one for me. So your reporting system will include on the monitoring side of things, whenever certain thresholds are breached, you can actually set up alerts and reports. We don't have the automation yet. That's coming into play very soon. So you can actually look at our reports on the web. You can actually download those reports as CSV files and integrate them into third-party software. You can print them off on a website as well. So they're very comprehensive. They can be filtered. You can be looking for very, very specific alerts, and that's possible. You could do the same kind of reporting also with your asset management. You can, can print out a report of all software or a specific software that you're looking for, or hardware components across the board on a particular device. So reporting is there. The only thing that's coming soon to TeamViewer Remote Management is the automation of reports. So you can actually schedule a report into your mailbox or wherever, ever so often or at a particular frequency.
Awesome. And the same gentleman was just expanding upon his RMM question about how do we find out more technical information and how to set it up and get it installed. But I can probably answer that as well. Sandra said, you're happy to have a conversation. Maybe I'll get this gentleman to reach out to you or Ali directly. But of course, I mean, please, I shouldn't answer for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's perfectly fine. We can do a joint call with the gentleman in question. If you want to take a quick look at our RMM tools, all you need to do is go to teamviewer.com/RM. So all you need to do is that. And on that same page, there is actually a start trial button. So you can actually start a trial for yourself. Look at what it can do within your own environment. You can actually deploy it on a few endpoints, and you can begin to gather or accumulate alerts and reports, and you see how it functions. We've got the fastest response time, by the way, because our RMM solution runs on the same TeamViewer backbone. So for example, when a server goes offline, you will get an alert in your cloud, in your email within 3 seconds, regardless of where you are on the planet and where that machine is on the planet, because they're all connected on the same TeamViewer platform. So very, very robust, very quick, low latency. That is something that you can actually validate for yourself in your environment through the trial that you can kick off as a self-service trial on our website. So www.teamviewer.com/RM.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thank you, Carla, for those questions. Now, before I end, we do have a winner. It's very exciting. The first person who answered the correct answer, which was 15 years, was Brett Pierce. Awesome, Brett. I've made a note of this, and we will send you an email with your free annual license and be in touch. We'll also be sending a follow-up email with this recording. I think we might include some helpful links to TeamViewer use cases, videos. There's a plethora of information available from TeamViewer, as you'd expect from a company that's been around for 15 years. So give us a couple of days to do that. But thank you for your time. We enjoyed speaking to you today. And thank you, Sandris, and thank you, Ali. Have a wonderful morning,
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you all.
Ingram, participants.
Thank you. Bye for now.